Ladies and gentlemen, the press conference for WrestleMania 40 XL has been concluded, and holy shit, indeed. We're doing an emergency live stream. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to be reading your guys' super chats, your questions, and all of that good stuff in today's live stream. Hopefully, you guys are all having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and hopefully, you guys are enjoying everything. I genuinely mean this. This was the greatest thing that WWE has ever put together that I have seen in real time. I don't know if this was always the plan. I swear to God, I genuinely do not know if this was always the plan. But what they just did turned out to be one of the biggest presentations that WWE has ever had. And this is the Endeavor effect, because this new kickoff thing that they just did today was so incredible. First and foremost, I just want to say very, very big feel. Like the presentation was incredible, but it looks like WWE is starting to get more into the reality era. And what I mean by that is the way commentary was talking, right? You had Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, CM Punk, Big E talking about things behind the scenes, talking about things that is not something you would typically hear in WWE programming. Just in general, this was one of the most insane things I have ever watched. And look, man, if WWE worked us, congratulations. That was incredible. And if it wasn't a work, honestly, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad because you just turned it around, you fixed it, and you just made the road to WrestleMania probably the biggest and greatest build ever. Ladies and gentlemen, The Rock is a heel. The Rock is a heel. Now, we're going to talk about some of the things that happened in the press conference, but I really want to start off by talking about the most important thing, which was Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is out there. First, Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins says he doesn't have a decision to be made. He says himself that in his particular situation, the guy who has to make the decision has to come out and tell everybody. And that's supposed to be Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes doesn't come out. In fact, Roman Reigns interrupts, and this is where it just becomes absolutely incredible. Um, Roman Reigns interrupts. He says, hesitation is a problem. And when you have hesitation, you lose the option to make your decision. And Roman Reigns then says he chooses The Rock. The Rock comes out, 50-50 crowd, back and forth. Absolutely mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. And then what's really crazy is not only is the crowd 50-50, right? But The Rock and Roman, they're talking. It's the grandest thing of them all. But then he shows the family tree. And this right here was a impeccable moment. Impeccable moment. It's the grandest WrestleMania. It's the biggest box office match of all time. Roman Reigns, Rock. That's the Rock's selling point. And then Cody Rhodes interrupts. And this is when it all changes. This is when it all changes because Cody Rhodes comes out. He had to get censored. He says, nah. At WrestleMania, I choose Roman Reigns. And then The Rock, standing side by side, Roman Reigns, gets in his face and says, but by the way, at this point, Cody Rhodes has taken off and gone off on their family and how their grandfathers and fathers would be very disappointed and ashamed. This was a very fucking awesome promo. Very awesome promo by Cody. He says he challenges Roman. Now The Rock is pissed. And The Rock slaps Cody. This is the greatest thing that WWE has ever produced. I swear, you guys saw my reaction last week when Cody's decision was messed up. But then this gets even better. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Triple H talking about what's transpiring. And The Rock comes out walking with Roman and Paul Heyman side by side. This fucking guy is in the bloodline now. And he goes to Triple H and he says the craziest shit. You better fix this. He says to Triple H that he's got to fix this. Guys, we have what, 58 days till WrestleMania? I swear to God, I have no idea what they are about to do, but I'm telling you guys right now, with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes getting involved, I have a very, very strong feeling, and I could be wrong here, but I have a very strong feeling that WWE is about to do something crazy. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and The Rock, double duty. I think it happens. I think WWE pulls this off. I think WWE is going to have Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes night 1 against The Rock and Roman Reigns, and then night 2, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, WWE Undisputed Championship. And I think The Rock is going to be a very big part of the WWE for the foreseeable future, my friends. And I will be the first to admit, maybe I overreacted last week. I have no problem admitting this, but it just seemed like such a tone-deaf decision. And I swear to God, bro, I have no idea if this was WWE's plan all along, but if it was, kudos to you, because that was really phenomenal. That was phenomenal. But The Rock acting like a heel, The Rock slapping the shit out of Cody Rhodes, and then you get in this little chaos, right? Seth Rollins coming to Cody Rhodes back. This is really, really good storytelling, bro. This is really good storytelling. And I'm actually shocked, to be honest with you. I'm really shocked. Maybe they do this tag team match at Elimination Chamber. Maybe you do it, man. Maybe you do 2-on-2 at Elimination Chamber, and then, Seth can defend his title at WrestleMania. I don't know. But the idea that Seth Rollins is involved and him and Cody Rhodes together as a tag team in this match, it's really dope, because you have, one of my biggest concerns here was that WWE was kind of making Seth look like a punk. I really started to get the impression that they were making Seth look like a punk, especially with him being on the stage, not really being acknowledged or talked to. Roman Reigns is constantly clowning on him. This is incredible. Guys, even on TV, Big E Langston. How crazy is this? Big E literally said on the table, he literally says, he's like, something about The Rock and Nick Khan. Now they're bringing Nick Khan into the equation. Is WWE running a civil war within the company? Like Triple H versus Nick Khan? Big business versus the blue collar All-American? Like, I have no idea which route they're going to go, but this is literally the most insane thing I have ever seen. I swear. I am actually so happy, because last week, man, you guys saw my reaction. I really genuinely thought it was the craziest Friday Night SmackDown. Like, I thought it was the biggest blunder in WWE history. So, like I said, I'll be the first to admit this is crazy. But imagine, right? You have Nick Khan versus versus Triple H in like this storyline. And I think it's actually genuinely headed towards that direction. I'm really shocked. Guys, I'm going to be reading your guys' comments and stuff. But if you want a guaranteed read, please drop a super chat. And if you're not subscribed by now, you should totally subscribe. We're close to 100,000 subscribers. Well, getting there. Justin Kennington, member for 17 months. That was Cinema and what happens with Rollins in his match for WrestleMania 40. I think I just answered that. Thank you, Justin, for extending. Cedric for 17 months says, Rock standing side by side with Roman, goosebumps. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what this was. This was goosebumps. This is, it's so funny, because The Rock keeps saying long gamer. Then The Rock, like the way that they've been building this up, I swear to God, I feel like they really hit a grand slam. They hit a grand slam, and I'm so happy that they did that. Thank you, Cedric, for extending 17 months. Miles Jubert Roberson, holy swerve, Ango, this is insane. Miles, thank you for being a member for 8 months. This has to be a swerve. I swear to God, I have no idea what they're planning here. I genuinely do not know what the hell they're planning, but they promised this. The Rock said this will be talked about for generations. And it really seems like they have something cooking long term. Now, does Cody win the belt at WrestleMania? That's going to be an interesting thing. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. They have a very, very particular way of planning things long term. And the crowd reaction is probably the most important aspect to this all, because the crowd is 50-50. And I can certainly tell you, after what we just saw tonight, it is going to be massive. This is going to be the biggest storyline in WWE history. 100%. 100%. Miles, thank you for extending. We got a super chat from Andre Benson for $5. The Rock on Pat McAfee said the show was going to blow your mind. Man, was he so right. LOL. Dude, literally, that's what we're talking about here. It just completely changed the dynamic of the road to WrestleMania, because again, they can do this like Civil War thing, right? Like the fact that they're openly talking about Nick Khan on TV, The Rock being a board member and stuff like that. Like, this felt very real, and I have to give credit to Endeavor. This approach, it's kind of sports centric. I felt very UFC-esque. This was a very phenomenal way of doing it. But if you're going to build Nick Khan and Triple H somewhat involved, even if it's like backstage segments, they don't have to be on TV and taken away from things. But if this is the direction that they're going, I can assure you guys that the road to WrestleMania will be the biggest one of all time. I can guarantee it. And that is coming from someone who said last week, I think they ruined it. I swear to God, I literally thought last week they ruined WrestleMania. I really did. Andre, thank you for the $5 super chat. TMF Willie 199. Bro, was that a shoot? Willie, this is scripted. This has to be like, to me, this seems like this was the direction they were always going to go. It really does seem that way. And truth be told, they knocked it out of the park, right? Like, I don't know how many times I could say that, but here's the thing, right? They made it feel real. Commentary, like Pat McAfee and Michael Cole talking the way that they were talking, CM Punk talking, it was just very to me, this whole thing felt like a UFC-esque press conference. And I think Endeavor, obviously owning WWE, is kind of trying to go in that direction. You know, it's crazy. Breaking news: Triple H just announced decision made. Cody Rhodes gets the chance to finish his story when he challenges Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania XL. Oh my God, it's happening, guys! It's official. They got the match graphic and everything. So Triple H just revealed that on Twitter. The match has been made official. Truly a groundbreaking announcement. And I feel like there's so much more. And you know what I love so much? A lot of people are saying this in the chat too, which ties into the question from Willie is, man, that seemed like a real slap. Guys, these are storytellers. These are the best storytellers in the business. There's nobody in the business that is storytelling like these gentlemen on that stage. And the reality is, this right here is going to draw. It is going to draw. It is going to be the most must-see WrestleMania of all time. And now Cody has to finish the story, right? Well, I'm making the prediction that they might actually go for another year. I feel like they might go for another year, which would be absolutely insanity. If you guys want to see the Triple H announcement, I retweeted it on my account at AngoPW, so go ahead and check it out. Thank you, Willie, for the super chat. Let's keep it going. DBO Ghosh, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, 199. Rock his corporate final boss is going to be awesome. And the good thing is they could actually eventually do the double turn, right? Roman turns babyface on The Rock, defeats The Rock. If I was the WWE, I would actually have Roman Reigns lose the belt at WrestleMania, because the head of the table, WrestleMania 41, it will be a great story, and it doesn't need the belt at all. And The Rock being heel actually makes for Roman Reigns being a great baby face with the direction that they're going. I could see Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso joining up with The Rock and turning on Roman, turns Roman into a baby face. You can get 8 to 9 months out of storytelling here. I truly predict that will happen. And it's going to happen after Roman loses the belt. And I think Roman losing the belt, it's going to end up being a great thing. Does it happen at WrestleMania 40? I don't know, but I would love for that to happen, because WrestleMania 40, babyface Roman Reigns, the heel Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's got money, and that's the best way to go about it. Josh Becky, $5. Bring in Dustin and tell the true story. Family versus family. Dude, this could be very special. Now, if WWE is able to get this to happen, if WWE is able to get Dustin Rhodes, the good thing is he's been wrestling in AEW, putting on good matches, but great matches, not just good matches, but he's been putting on good matches. So if you bring in Dustin Rhodes and they're able to make that work, 1000%, it would be incredible. Family versus family is a very massive storyline. And when you have Triple H being the guy that's like, hey, like, I'm with the baby faces, and then you have Nick Khan being with the heels. Again, they don't have to play an on-screen role or anything like that. That's not what they need to do. But if you're kind of like implementing that into the storyline, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is very, very good stuff. Thank you, Josh, for the $5 super chat. Jana dropping at $1.99. Do you think number one contender match for Seth at Elimination Chamber? So this is where it gets really interesting, because today we got answers for Roman versus Cody, but we didn't get any answers for Seth. What's going to happen for Seth at Elimination Chamber? They got to do a chamber match. I think that's the way to do it. However, if Seth Rollins is tied into this, who knows what they do? I swear to God, I have no idea. And this is the most insane thing that they've done. Like, the fact that Seth is involved in this tells me that this has been a plan for a minute, truly. But I don't know. Like, this is a really, really weird pivot. Like, I'll be fair. Like, it was a very weird pivot, but they've pivoted. Or was this part of the plan? I want to know from you guys. Do you think this was always the plan? Jana, thank you for the super chat. Rick Corrales, $2. I love Triple H saying, no, you're lucky. Yeah, Triple H is going to be a really good factor in this storyline. This is his baby. This is his company. This is what he does. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got The Rock coming in. Play into it. Blur the lines a little bit. Oh, The Rock is on the board members, right? He's on the board. Play into that. Oh, The Rock thinks he's a board member. He's going to take over my show. I swear, I think WWE can milk that and make a lot of money in terms of a storyline. To me, that is just a no-brainer. It's how do you not do that realistically? I love Triple H's involvement. And like I said, that backstage segment with the Rock and Triple H and Roman behind The Rock, this is setting up long-term WrestleMania 40 Roman Reigns as a top babyface. And this is like one of those things where I think truly, I think Roman has been so good as a heel, but I've always kind of wondered, how do you turn Roman a babyface, right? I would have never expected The Rock to be heel. Even last week on Friday, I would have never expected The Rock to be a heel at any stage, you know? So I like that. I like that idea of The Rock playing the heel character. We don't get that often. We don't get this guy on TV at all. Like, put him on TV. This is where the money is. Thank you, Rick, for the super chat. Forfeit, dropping $1.99. We are going to talk about Senior Money in the Bank. So I've been talking about Money in the Bank for a while on my Raw streams. I don't know. We have like almost 2,000 people in here. But if you guys miss my Raw streams, I often talk about how I think it's going to be Senior Money in the Bank cashes in on the night after WrestleMania, Raw after WrestleMania. That's been my prediction. And I hope we get to that point, right? That would be a very, very, very good thing for WWE, because they need to keep TV strong as well. 100% they have to keep TV strong. Thank you, Forfeit, for the super chat. Jose Reyes, hey, Ango, I love this family versus family story tonight, but I want to know by you, what is Rock's mindset in this story? Jose, thank you for the super chat. It was very clear. The Rock felt blindsided by Cody choosing Roman. That's what was really good about this, right? Cody chose Roman. The Rock thought he had the match, right? They try to mislead you. Roman comes out and he says, hey, I choose The Rock. The Rock comes out. They dap up. This is the biggest match of all time, WrestleMania, right? Cody says, nah. He chooses The Rock, or he chooses Roman. The Rock is now pissed off because Cody's taken away from his big money match. The Rock doesn't give a shit about the IWC. He's literally taking his character and shitting on all of the fans by saying, I don't care. if I don't have to win the Rumble, I'm The Rock. I can do whatever I want. That is going to be a very good character arc for The Rock. Look how they were talking all throughout the night. Everything you've heard from the mics, it was like we're hearing things that we typically hear on the internet. They were playing into what I call the reality era. And if WWE plays this right, this will be a phenomenal way for WWE to get fans bought in, because let's just face it, you blur the lines, you don't know what's real, you don't know what's a work. I mean, literally almost 2,000 viewers were watching. Like, I see you guys in the chat and people are like, is this real? They're playing into it really well. So I think The Rock's mindset from a kayfabe part of it is that, hey, you told me you're not going to fight Roman Reigns. Now you're taking away my massive match. It's going to lead to family versus family, the baby faces versus the heels. This is going to be the craziest build to WrestleMania. Jose, thank you for the $5. I am not Avery dropping $4.99. This was perfect. Calling Triple H Paul was brilliant. Blur kayfabe. And McAfee and Punk discussing afterwards was chef's fucking kiss. I am not Avery. I really, really agree. And it's those things that happen on the side, right? Right after. It's those things that, to me, they tell me that WWE is trying to be more sports realism. I keep saying the reality era. I'll keep saying reality era. I think that's the era that we're in. Endeavor looks at wrestling and it's scripted, and Endeavor has probably come to the creative team and said, hey, listen, we know that blurring the lines could be a really good thing for our business. We know the UFC adding that element of just the way, like, commentary, right? Like in the UFC, they don't really hide from talking about anything or saying anything, you know? And the WWE is starting to approach their product like that. I just think it's a no-brainer. It works. This is going to lead some really big success for the WWE. I think you got to approach this on multiple levels and multiple different storylines and multiple different characters. But the way that they've presented this kickoff thing, even with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, like, just it felt like more than just a wrestling promo. And I really did appreciate that. To me, that was like it feels like a different WWE. They're going into a whole different realm. And everything that we've seen in the last year and a half with WWE has been really good. But truth be told, it's they look how they're doing this. Look how they're doing this. It's like for a good amount of time, it's just been good stories, some really good stories, whatever. But now it's like the whole feel of the product is just different. And it's not, I'm not talking about creative. I'm talking about presentation and mannerisms and the promos and the way they're talking about things. It just seems like a different company. I am not Avery. Thank you for the $4.99. This is a true 40. I don't know what that currency is, unfortunately, but thank you for the super chat. DBO again with another super chat. Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania 40. Rhodes versus Rock at SummerSlam. Rock versus face Roman at WrestleMania 41. I think this is fantastic. And if you have Cody versus The Rock at SummerSlam, look, actually, you know, it's interesting, right? What I like about this idea, let's talk about it. If you have Cody beat Roman, Cody wins the belt, you're going to need somebody to take the belt off of Cody Rhodes. Now, if The Rock, I'm never going to lead with this, but obviously with the way the story has been dictated, if you have Cody lose the belt eventually to The Rock, there's actually nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. From WrestleMania to SummerSlam, there's actually nothing wrong with that. But The Rock being a heel and then babyface Roman who wins the belt from him, that's where I have a little bit of an issue. You see what I'm saying? But knowing WWE, that's probably the route that they would go. But I also say, knowing WWE, I mean, WWE is not the same company as it was years ago. So obviously we got to pay attention to that. We'll see how that all goes down. Thank you for the super chat, DBO. Shane Davies, $5 super chat. What if Dustin cost Cody the title and I could see them dragging it to the last PLE before SummerSlam? Hashtag let them cook. Dustin would not cost Cody the title. WWE wouldn't do something like that. If they go family versus family, that's not going to be the route that they choose. And it wouldn't make sense for Dustin. By the way, Dustin is in AEW. Dustin can't leave AEW unless, one, his contract's out, or two, they let him go. Um, if they had Dustin leave AEW, or maybe even WWE and AEW coming to an agreement of some kind, which is always possible, never impossible. But if they did something like that, Dustin would only help Cody or be there for Cody. Also, you got to factor in DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, longtime supporter of Cody. He was there for the All In entrance. I fully expect him to be there at WrestleMania in his corner, and that's what they should do. Look at All In 2018, right? When you look at All In and Cody having everybody by his side, I would do something very similar for that. This is a massive, massive storyline. Cody wins, finishes the story, let him keep the belt for several months. It doesn't need to be a long reign. You got to freshen things up, but use that to propel stories afterwards. And then the grand finale, because Roman doesn't need to lose Cody. He doesn't need to lose to Cody, but he doesn't need to beat Cody, right? Like, let me rephrase that. Roman needs to lose to Cody, but he doesn't need to like go away after, if that makes sense. Like, you could keep Roman in the loop. You know what I'm saying? So, almost had a brain fart. But the point that I'm trying to make is, like, long term, Roman and Cody could kind of be like Stone Cold versus The Rock years ago. But this time you obviously throw The Rock into the equation, and then it leads to Roman and The Rock, the head of the bloodline. But I have a very, very strong feeling this family versus family thing is going to be a very unique storyline. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. Justin, $4.99. Roman kind of fell in line behind The Rock during that backstage wonder if they reference that in the future. That was on purpose. That was 100% on purpose. And I was going to actually mention that. If you guys watch it, when has Roman Reigns, the head of the table, ever been in the back of the line? That right there was just mind-boggling to me. That was mind-boggling to me. It's foreshadowing. WWE is foreshadowing, and it's phenomenal stuff, man. It's phenomenal stuff. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Denisha Lane, member for 12 months. Hey, Ango, 12 months. Good show. Love you. Appreciate you, Denisha. Thank you. This is a chew again. 40. I don't know what this currency is. Hopefully you guys can help me out. Rock costs Roman title and bloodline turns on Roman. I could see that too. I could see that too. It just depends on how they get there and how they want to go about it. A lot of ways to go about it, truth be told. A lot of ways to go about it. Thank you for the super chat. OMG, Drake Crazy, $1.99. What did The Rock say to Triple H that they blurted out? Good question. Something along the lines of, I'm going to break his fucking teeth in. That seems to be what I keep hearing. Nobody knows for sure, but that's kind of what it sounds like. That's kind of what it sounds like. So my guess is it's something along the lines. But dude, how cool is it that we're getting to a point where The Rock is on TV and this is how they're going about it? It just again, it's the reality era. They're blurring the lines. They're blurring the lines. They're playing into the kayfabe stuff, and it makes for great content. Thank you, OMG, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Andre Benson coming through again with a $5 banger. I'm an AEW fan. This just drew me back with this show. LOL. Ratings for Raw and SmackDown are about to blow up. This was pure good. Yeah, this is going to be like The Rock said, he said this is going to be talked about for many generations. That was right there. That right there was the greatest thing that WWE has ever produced. I'm just gonna say this too. If there was ever a time for WWE to go away from being PG, this would be the time to do it. Get off PG. Get off PG. Get off PG. This would be the time to do it. 100%. Andre Benson, thank you for the $5 super chat. Rick Corral is dropping a $2 banger. CM Punk said, no. The Rock didn't eliminate me. And I love the fact that CM Punk said this. If you guys missed it, what Rick is referencing is on commentary. CM Punk was talking about, everybody was saying like which match makes more sense for Roman or whatever. And then CM Punk's like, hey, The Rock didn't eliminate me. He didn't throw me over the top rope. CM Punk basically was endorsing Cody Rhodes. He needs to go and finish the story. And what I like about this too is like CM Punk is kind of playing into everything too. He makes it feel very realistic. It was just some really good shit. Some really, really good shit. Personally speaking, I think CM Punk coming back into WWE, hopefully when he's cleared and he's healthy and everything, it's beautiful. Hopefully it's a beautiful thing, work of art, because that's what I want to see. Punk is great in the WWE and he fits with this vision that Endeavor is trying to push. Punk has that experience with the UFC and Cage Fury fighting championships. Like, while Punk is injured for the next few months, have Punk on commentary. This is the way to do it. He just makes it feel real, logical. It doesn't feel scripted. WWE needs to go away a little bit from that PG stuff, because this vision that they showed us today changes everything for them. Thanks, Rick. MN dropping $1.99. How can I watch it? Ango, please guide me. It was live on Peacock, and I believe they also posted it on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So yeah, there was just obviously a lot of different ways to watch it, but I think you could just literally pull it up on YouTube and they have it. Thank you, my friend, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Guys, we got a lot of super chats, a lot of shout outs, a lot of things going on in the chat, and I appreciate you guys coming through. Israel Seja, Triple H tweet, go look. Oh, okay, hold on. What am I looking at right now? Let's go take a look. Oh, it's just the tweet. Okay, hold on. It was just a tweet about the match being official. So yeah, I already discussed that. You scared me. You scared me for a second. You actually scared me for a second. Thank you, Israel, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Finn Young said this was that sports presentation they were talking about. That was the realest WWE has been in a while. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a phenomenal show. We have Impact Wrestling live on TV right now. Got some other stuff to do. We had thousands of people watch me live today, and I appreciate that. So if you're not subscribed, my friends, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll be live this weekend. Live streams will be back to a normal function. Hopefully you guys could come out more often, because starting soon, I will have you guys call into the live streams. I'll actually have you guys get the chance to go on camera and join the live streams. And I look forward to doing that next week as well. But live streaming will be regular on the channel again. Just a couple days this week. I want to kind of relax. And yeah, appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank you to everybody who dropped a super chat, liked, commented, and subscribed. We're going to keep it short and simple. It's Thursday night. We should be back tomorrow for SmackDown. Peace.